Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Magic Friday. I am your host Jamie D. Grant and we are talking about Joe Rindfleisch's jumper today. I actually performed this months and months ago on Friday. I just didn't get a time to video review it, but it's relevant today, Sunday, because I did it all night at a gig just on Friday night, so it still counts. Still Magic Friday. If ninjas did rubber band magic, Joe Rindfleisch would be their master. He would be their leader. It's awesome. He's yeah, he knows his stuff. I like the anything is possible tagline too. Got a bottle around there. Yeah. How can you not like if it says anything's possible? But we're going to get right into it. There's a reason specifically that we're going to get to in the JDG tip about why I do this at a gig that we're going to talk about. But first, let's get to the actual effect. You're going to have a rubber band. You're going to break it. I'm just not going to do it now because I'm lazy. I'm exhausted. Give me some slack. You're going to tie it into a knot, so it's actually going to be a legitimate... Just kind of moving there. You're gonna, you can see the rabbit ears there. You're gonna show it to the audience. I don't know if that's gonna be in frame there. Sorry, the battery died on the camcorder, and then I couldn't find the charger because that is my life. So this has actually been 4 days since we last left off to now. Okay, where were we? Yes. What the audience sees. You're gonna have an elastic band. You're gonna tie it into a knot. Just tie it back together. You're going to take the rabbit ears, you're going to display those to the audience. You're then going to come back and actually just pull it right off the band, take it in the other fingers, and then boom, goes right back on. Fantastic. So, there's a reason specifically why I do this at a gig. So, a couple years ago, I wrote an essay on how much magic do you need to know to work in a cocktail party environment. And I came up with a theory after a decade of doing it that 9 is kind of the magic number, and I'm going to try and explain this to you. So, when you're doing cocktail magic, obviously there's people everywhere, you're walking amongst the crowds. If I'm doing magic for a group here, we'll call this group A, you know, group B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z, I guess for my American pals, they're going to be looking in. Like if I'm doing magic for 4 people, 3 or 4 people, there's going to be a group here. They're going to look and see. They're going to kind of, what's going on over there? These guys are laughing. We're clapping. It's a good time. I mean, if these people aren't looking, you're probably not doing your job right, in my opinion, for what I do, which is create energy, right? So I can't perform, for the most part, the exact same 3 tricks for these people because they've already seen, maybe they saw the cups come out of the, or the balls come out of the cup, or maybe they saw the ending of a certain effect. So they get tricks 1, 2, and 3. This group gets tricks 4, 5, and 6, and then the group past them gets 7, 8, and 9, and then I can start over. With 9 tricks, I can then rotate around if the group is small, and more often than not, you'd be amazed at how you're booked for a gig for 200 people and 8 people show up. Is that when I come back around the room, if I have to do multiple, you know, laps, these group A can now see tricks 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. So everyone can actually has the potential of seeing 9 effects. If it's Christmas like it is right now and there's people everywhere, odds are they're going to see 3 and you're going to move on. Now, here's the thing that's great about jumper. This has a point actually, is that if this group is looking in, a lot of times at functions they're going to know each other, and sometimes people in this group are going to just jump in. They're just going to walk right up and be, hey, what's going on here? And more often than not, they're going to sing your praises because you're just blowing their mind. So I'm going to link somewhere. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I just showed what my Crazy Man's handcuffs looks like. And that's what I always start. I always do Crazy Man handcuffs. I love it. More often than not, someone's going to say to this person, if they kind of walk in, oh my God, Jamie, show them that elastic band thing you did. And even though I can perform Crazy Man Handcuffs 100 times in a row and I don't care. I don't, necessarily want to repeat the same thing again. So this is where Jumper comes in. So I've done Crazy Man Handcuffs, person walks in, oh, you gotta show them that elastic band thing, or maybe it's even, later in the evening and they say, hey, Jamie, can you show my friend that elastic band thing? I'll actually show them Jumper. So what I'll do is, so we'll call this guy, David comes in. David, oh my God, Jamie, you did this amazing elastic, Jamie, show David that elastic band thing. What I say is, here, David, check this out. I was showing them this other thing, but I'm going to show you this one. And then I'm going to do this for him because now, of course, they get to see a new effect. Now, here's where it gets relevant. Sorry, this is taking so long. I don't, Joe Rindfleisch, he restores this, like he changes this back into a solid band. I actually keep it as this because I put this on the person. Most often it's a woman. And I'll say, here, that's for you. It's gonna bring you good luck. Do not take this off for the rest of the night. And you'd be amazed that people are dressed to the nines, beautiful clothes, and they'll walk around with an elastic band on their wrist. This does two things, which is key. One, it lets me know who I showed the trick to, because you'd be amazed after the night you start forgetting who you saw what. And two, a lot of people notice that this woman or guy is wearing an elastic band on their wrist. Guys not so much because they're wearing suits. That's why I try and do it with women. And they'll get asked. I've had more people, I've done this for quite a while, but people come up and say, Susie was wearing an elastic band and she told me I'm supposed to come see you. Like it's a weird psychological ploy. So in a strange twist of fate, I do Jumper on purpose just so I can put elastic bands on people. Does that make any sense at all? If you're at the gig, it makes sense. So whereas I was doing it only before if people were kind of joining in, I'm now bringing people into the group just so I can put an elastic band on them. So I'm going to explain to you what that actually looks like. But this must be confusing. If it's not confusing, hit like. If it's confusing, hit like anyway. So this is how it would look like in real life. Crazy Man Handcuffs for a group of 3. They're going, oh my God, my mind is blown. I'm melting onto the floor. I can't believe this is happening. I see a woman here in group B. I catch her eye and I'll say, can I borrow you for a second? Come over here. I invite her in. I was just showing them this crazy elastic band thing, and they don't believe that these are real elastic bands. So here, I want to show you something. Take a look at this. That's a real. Can you inspect that for me? She inspects it. I break it. You can now see that it's broken. Yeah. I retie it. Jumper, and then I get her to wear it. So I'm actually kind of getting extra leverage out of my elastic bands. Is it costing me an elastic band? Yes, but I have a ton, an actual ton. If you looked behind this camera, you would see a mountain of yellow elastic bands. And it's worth it. It's worth it because now she's got the elastic band. I've got another person into the group. I don't know, it just plays so well. It plays so well. And of course, okay, specifically about the effect, I'm all over the map today. Jumper is great. The knot coming off, it's awesome. I love the hand to hand. It's interesting though is that the people that see Jumper are, for the most part, like that specific person hasn't seen the rest of the rubber band stuff. This group has. They've seen the Crazy Man Handcuffs, now the Jumper. So a lot of people that are wearing elastic bands have only seen Jumper. It's very quick. Like they haven't seen any precursor. So, but it's great. Like it's just visual. And it's easy, and if it's a loud music, you don't even have to talk about it that loud. Use that much, voice. You can pretty much mime the whole thing. So the other benefit, of course, is when I see her later, I can then, what's going on here? Oh, my camera's gonna die again. What's going on? I'm gonna speed this up. I can then show her Crazy Man Handcuffs because I know she hasn't seen it. So how'd it go? It went great. It went great, great, great. the JDG tip that I have for this, that's pretty much, let's just say we just talked about it. Give the rubber band to the person. You'd be amazed. You kind of think, oh, who's going to want to wear a rubber band? People just like swag. There's the there's the old adage of, well, that's another, I'll save it for another time. People just like gifts, as crazy as that may seem. The difficulty, it does take a second. I don't know, I'll have to review the video to see if that looked pretty hacked. In public, it's great, you know, eyes are kind of everywhere. In terms of the actual difficulty performing it, it's not crazy difficult. You need to put some practice in, like anything else. You should be practicing. So I wouldn't say it's brutally hard. Let's just say this, the difficulty is worth it. The practice is worth it. Angry Bob, it's funny because I don't know, Angry Bob has some rope knowledge. So he had an inkling on this. Was a while ago that I showed it to Angry Bob. It would be impossible to know the specifics of what's going on, but he still has the, you know, oh, I never left, it was on the bed the whole time. You know what I mean? So, what can I give the Angry Bob rating? Is this going to fool magicians? It's going to be visually pleasing to magicians. Like when I first saw it, I was like, that looks amazing. You know, did I know how it was done? I had an idea. Like I'm not, oh my God, I can't even imagine how, I had an idea, but who cares? Because it looks great. And would the spectators know? No, they're gonna have no idea. To them, that knot looks like it comes off, goes back on. So yeah, that's it. Sorry that was so overmap. I hope that whole routining makes sense. Let me just say that jumper is worth it, and I use it. That's the other key. When it comes to rubber band magic, I'm doing Crazy Man handcuffs, jumper. So you can't get a better reference than that. Pick it up, it's great. Happy Magic Friday. I will see you next week.